For further insight now on the conflict's impact on two economies, we are joined on set by Gilead Sher of the INSS. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, Natalie.
Let's describe this further. What impact is this having on the two local economies here, both within Israel proper and the Palestinian one?
Well, it all depends how this wave of Palestinian violence and hostilities is going to develop. The developments are either for the short run quite affecting the economy, mostly the commerce and the trade, that is, the small businesses, etc. But
mom and pop economies.
Exactly. But I think that in the long run, if this kind of unrest is going to be with us for a long period, it will eventually affect both economies and not positively.
Right. Well, just a couple of weeks ago, Mahmoud Abbas spoke at the General Assembly and warned Israel that he would cancel the Oslo Accords. Now, let's take a look.
Israel has thus left us no choice but to insist that we will not remain the only ones committed to the implementation of those agreements, while Israel continuously violates them. We therefore declare that we cannot continue to be bound by these signed agreements with Israel.
Is this a serious threat?
Not to the best of my knowledge. There's been a lot of threats throughout the years since the Oslo agreements were signed, namely the Oslo Accord that relates to the economic regime, to the economic relationship between Israel and the PLO, Israel and the Palestinian Authority. That's the Paris Protocol, which has been later on in '95 integrated and incorporated within the interim agreement. I don't see it coming. I think that there are two pillars that are very important for the Palestinians as well as for the Israelis. This is the economic relationship and the interaction between Israelis and Palestinians, both on the state level, on the national level, and on the individual level of commerce and trade between Israelis and Palestinians. This is not to say that the Oslo Agreement is not to be revised and revisited by both parties, but it is not the right timing to doing so.
Right, but let's say hypothetically, if it were to be canceled, what impact would it have on the local economies here?
Well, you cannot just terminate one part of the agreement and leave the rest untouched. You cannot, for instance, continue the cooperation and the coordination in terms of the security-related spheres, and just single out something that relates to the economy. If this really is a theoretical question, academic one, if they are terminated, then there's no regime that governs the mutual relationship between Israel and the Palestinian Authority. I don't believe that a Palestinian viable economy could emerge out of this kind of cancellation.
Well, we are hearing, because of the violence that we're seeing both in the West Bank, Jerusalem, and Israel proper, that people, both Israelis and Palestinians, are choosing to stay at home, not walk on the street, not go out. What effect is that having on the local businesses and people's neighborhoods?
Well, you've seen that. Businesses are kind of slowing down almost to a zero activity. And people get used to it if it kind of gets prolonged for a long period. People get accustomed and acclimate, and they do accommodate this kind of state of matters. But still, it does affect, especially the microeconomics and the day-to-day making a living out of your own business, your own shop, your own whatever it is that you do. That is not attended anymore by any customer.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. Very much appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.